As in, may bumili na kapitbahay ko ng itlog. Eh, hindi naman ako nagbebenta ng itlog kasi puro chichirya yung nabibenta. So, kinuha ko yung mga itlog sa ref namin at binenta ko. Nagalit sa akin yung magulang ko kasi nawalan kami ng itlog para lang kumita ako.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Camp Confidence Season 6.
Welcome back mga madam. We're so excited for this episode kasi isa na namang friend namin ang dinala namin this time. Pero can
We
I
love
just
our
say,
friends.
Yung friend natin today, madam, nako, parang pamangkin.
Yes. Grabe. Sobrang proud ako dito sa friend natin today. And, ay nako, encounter ko siya actually. TikTok ko siya unang nakikita. Ay, TikTok nga ba? I'm not sure. Or wait, una ko pala siyang na-encounter kasi she wanted me to guest sa podcast niya.
Oy.
Tapos nung skin roll ko yung feed niya, parang, oh my gosh, etong bagets na to, ang galing-galing niya. She's doing, ang dami-dami niyang nangyayari din sa life niya. May content creation siya, she has a business, and ang ganda din, by the way, ng business niya. Ipapakwento natin sa kanya later. Tapos, sobrang in-admire ko lang yung insights niya as a young entrepreneur. And let's chika more about her later. Ikaw, madam, paano mo siya na-encounter?
Alam mo, sa sobrang dami naming touch points, hindi ko na alam exactly how the first interaction went kasi I know her from YouTube. Kasi napapanood ko yung mga videos niya before. Tapos, at the same time, yun nga, she also has a business. At first, I saw it on Instagram. And then, we also guested on the podcast. Ako rin, naging guest din ako ng podcast nito. So, ang dami talagang crossovers sa ating mga mundo. And recently, on TikTok, she has also been gaining a following.
Yeah.
Talking about confidence, self-love, productivity. Feeling ko parehas tayo ng library of self-help books nito eh. Kasi parehas talaga. Oo, like we read the same things, etc. But anyway, I would love for her to introduce herself. Okay, so who are we talking about, madam? Kanina pa tayo nag-uusap. Pero sino ba itong pinag-uusapan natin?
Gusto niyo yung may mga patis pa talaga tayo, no? So, yeah, let's go ahead and introduce sa ating Madam Hood, si Madam Cleo Loque.
Hi, good morning mga madam. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here actually.
Thank you also, Cleo, for gracing us with your presence. I know you have school after this, di ba?
Yeah.
Di ba nakakaloka? Nag-aaral na, may
Iba
negosyo
siya.
pa, may content creation pa. Paano ginagawa ni Cleo Loque ito?
Spill the tea, madam.
So, Cleo, before we get into the nitty-gritty of how you do what you do, first is we want you to introduce yourself to our Madamhood. Madam, ang dami mo nang kino-quote na mga madami mo nang kino-coin na mga terms. Okay.
Yes.
So, let's introduce her to our Madamhood. Cleo, if you were to introduce yourself to a group of strangers, first time ka nilang makikilala, first time ka nilang makikita, how would you introduce yourself?
First of all, hello sa mga madam ng Camp Confidence Radio. Gabe, hello sa inyo. If I were to introduce myself to you, I guess I will introduce myself as a safe space talaga, as a safe space for them. And I think that's how I also introduce myself to my content on YouTube and on TikTok. Like, I just want people to know na I'm someone who is open-minded. They can confide in me with anything. And on the technical part, I am the founder of Hiraya, Pilipina and Hiraya Studios, which are both advocacy brands. And I'm also just in college, just like Madam Rizza and Madam Ayin said, I'm taking up BS Entrepreneurship in Enderon colleges. And I also have a podcast called Kwentuang Pilipina. That's all about me.
Our dakilang Bibo Kid. Yan. This is what we aspire to be.
Yeah. So, Cleo, can you tell us more can you chika more about your entrepreneurship journey? Parang paano nag-spark yung, parang paano ka nagka-aha moment na parang, oh, I wanna be an entrepreneur. Ganon.
As I was thinking about this question, in my usual interviews kasi sinasabi ko na I was influenced by my parents. And ganoon naman talaga because my parents were actually real estate agents for more than 10 years. That was our bread and butter. Yun yung nagpaaral sa amin. Kasi panganay ako and I have 2 younger brothers. Yes. Tapos,
Panganay team.
Panganay represent.
oh my
Lahat
gosh,
tayo
panganay
dito
pala tayong
panganay.
lahat.
Yes.
So, noong after nung more than 10 years nila na pagtatrabaho sa real estate agent, sa real estate, nang jump sila into establishing a business. It was a laundry shop. And to be honest, sobrang believe ako doon, na-inspire ako ng sobra. And I think yun yung lagi ko sinasabi sa interviews. Pero dahil special ang Camp Confidence Radio,
Oh.
nag-look back pa talaga ako. Inisip ko, kailan nga ba talaga nag-start yung entrepreneurship journey ko? And to be honest with you, when I was 6 or 7 years old, ganun siya kaaga na nagsimula. Kasi every bakasyon, naalala ko, every bakasyon, nagtatayo ako ng mini sari-sari store sa labas ng bahay namin para magbenta ng kung ano yung mga maliliit tigpipiso na chichirya, yung mga candy and all. And naalala ko, dahil sa sobrang palaban ko at competitive ko, even at that age. Like, may kapitbahay rin kasi, may childhood friend din ako na nagsasari star store din siya na parang, every bakasyon, ganyan. Tapos kinukumpetensya ko. Meron pa ako, nagbibigay ako yung parang sa Starbucks na card. Tapos,
Ay, loyalty card ng sari-sari
Okay.
store. I love it.
I can.
Okay, take notes.
may pa-loyalty card ako sa mga kapitbahay ko na, pag bumili kayo, ganyan. Tapos kapag naipon nyo, meron kayong free sa akin or may discount kayo sa store ko, ganyan. And another anecdote, wow, na naaalala ko from that age, as in, may bumili na kapitbahay ko ng itlog. Hindi naman ako nagbebenta ng itlog kasi puro chichirya. So, kinuha ko yung mga itlog sa ref namin at binenta ko. Nagalit sa akin yung magulang ko kasi nawalan kami ng itlog para lang kumita ako. So, natatawa ako kasi simula nung pagkabata ko pala, ganun na rin ako. Like, I didn't know it at that time kasi ang akala kong pangarap ko noong ganung edad is to be a doctor. Asian. Panganay tayo.
Yes.
But, looking back, grabe, 6 or 7 years old, ginagawa ko na pala talaga siya. I had that entrepreneurial passion in me na pala even before.
Grabe, ang bata.
6 years old, paano ko maisip ang loyalty card at 6?
Can I just say, meron din akong friend na who's also an entrepreneur and she had a similar story, 7 years old. Tapos, sabi sa akin, binentahan niya ako ng drawing niya. Pagka walang color, 5 pesos. Pag may color, 10 pesos. Guys, binili ko. Tapos, ngayon, she's also a full-time entrepreneur. Tapos, na-realize ko, may mga ganun talaga tayong moments na bata ka pa lang. Meron ng evidences of how you're gonna be like when you grow up. Pero, I guess, I also wanna ask about your current business right now. So, Hiraya Pilipina is a store that sells statement pieces na very empowering. They're advocacy brands, like you said. Paano naman yun? How did that come to be? Oh my gosh, my English. Mm-hmm. How did that come to be?
So yung Hiraya Pilipina naman, actually, I don't know, I feel, hindi ko naman sasabihin na unintentional siya kasi nung sinimulan ko siya ng 15 ako, wala akong takot na sinimulan lang talaga siya. Like, binuild ko lang siya. I loaned 20,000 pesos from my parents just to start that. Like, pinitch ko sa kanila na gusto ko to kasi first parang first puppy love heartbreak. Ganon, wow.
Ay!
Kaya yung statements ko na nagre-reflect sa mga pinagdadaanan ni ate girl. Na parang I turn pain into something beautiful. Ganon. And so,
Parang ayun, Bernos din.
Girl, ganyan din ako.
So, nung pinitch ko yun sa parents ko, very supportive naman sila kahit hindi nila alam kung may patutunguhan ba siya or something. Sinimulan ko lang siya, tapos for a whole year, hindi, nakatambak lang yung inventory ko. As in, bumili ako ng 150 pieces ng t-shirt, nakatambak lang kasi sobrang naging busy sa school. And then, nung tumama talaga yung pandemic, I can say that it was a blessing in disguise for me. Kaya I want to use that privilege din to spread more positive energy through the business. So last year talaga, doon ako mas nag-focus sa Hiraya, Pilipina. Doon dumating yung collaborations that really helped the business. And doon talaga ako nagbigay ng focus. I started building a team. And I'm so happy to say na right now, it's really doing well. And we extended to another brand, which is Hiraya Studios, which is all about the powerful merch collaborations with your favorite creators and artists.
I'm
Diba?
super
Can I just
proud.
say, madam, yung starting at 15, loaning from your parents.
Yeah.
I also experienced that. I was also 15 and it was also t-shirts. As in, nagpunta akong Divisoria, nag-pitch din ako sa magulang ko. But I think, what's great about your story is that it was a loan. And you acknowledge also na part of it, like the blessings that we get are privileges and we extend it to other people. So now that you have a team, bongga ka na, meron na yung team.
Love it.
Kaya niya na mag-team. So anyway, I wanna go to our next question kasi we wanna know what it's like. Kasi nga, you're not just an entrepreneur, you're also a content creator, you're also a student. So can you walk us through your week? Kamusta ang isang linggo kay Cleo Loque?
Oh my gosh. Actually, I just, try to do a little bit of everything in every single day. Kasi I don't have the luxury to set Monday for school, Tuesday for the business,
Right.
Wednesday for the podcast. Like, I don't have that kind of luxury pa. So, I think it also works, no? Na parang doing little bits of things that you do in every day. Kasi, nababalance siya. And yung, kunwari, yung school, kailangan mo mag-exert ng napakaraming effort, especially online. Like, I'm doing online classes ng college, nakakasad. But after nun, nagiging reward ko, kumbaga, yung pag-focus sa business. And it's just, it's so wholesome, I can say.
Aww.
Galing. Pero ano ba, sobrang ina-admire ko kasi na parang, oh my gosh, ang super bata mo pa. Lagi namin tong pinag-uusapan ni Ayin Bernos,
Yeah.
ni Madam Ayin, na
As
parang,
in.
oh my gosh, Cleo talaga, she's so great. Na parang, inaalala namin nung bata pa kami, ganun ba kami kadisiplinado? Parang ano bang ginagawa ko nung
How young are you right now, Cleo, if you don't mind me asking?
18.
si 18, ano bang ginagawa ko nun? Nasa college pa rin ako. Ay, kaka-graduate ko lang. Nag-iintay akong mag-work. Pero I'm really curious. Paano mo na cultivate yung disiplina? Paano mo na hone? Kasi for sure, merong part nung younger years mo na naiisip mo na, how do I make it work? Paano ko ba siya gagawin? Siguro ang question is, how did you learn na maging disiplinadong Cleo Loque?
I feel like tough love kasi yung parents ko nung bata ako. 2.5 years old ako or 3 years old, pinasok ako ng kumon. Sinabok ako sa...
Oh,
Seryoso yun. Ewan ko. Siguro dahil first time din yata nila panganay ako, kaya ewan ko, parang trial and error yata. Joke lang.
pagpanganay talaga no?
Sobrang tough love. Naaalala ko noon, hindi ako sure kung... I love my parents. I know that they're trying their very best talaga. But nung bata ako, as in, kapag nag-aaral ako, may katabing pamalo, ganon. I mean, ito yung pinaka-naaalala ko na kwento for this question. Kasi, nung sinearch ko, ba talaga ang disiplina? Like, parang nung bata ka kasi yung kind of discipline is kapag may nagawa kang maganda, you'll be rewarded, and kapag may hindi ka maganda naman nagawa, you'll be punished for it. And nung bata pa ako, I think doon din na-cultivate yung pagiging, quote-unquote good girl ko, which I cannot say is mostly a positive thing kasi meron din naman siyang negative factors, no, or consequences. But I owe it to my parents. They disciplined me nung sobrang bata ako. Kaya hindi rin ako kasi yung tipong puro positive lang yung naririnig. Hindi rin ako yung puro nananalo lang palagi. Kasi nung bata rin ako, kahit sa school, even if gusto ko rin mag-top 1, hindi ako nagta-top 1. Yung mga ganon. Tapos sumali rin ako ng, ano ba yun, parang ng grade 4 pageant, ganyan.
Yes! Beauty queen pala to eh.
Yan.
Learning from the best. Natalo ako. Kumantat lahat pa ako nun, pero natalo ako. So, hindi talaga siya puro pagkapanalo, hindi siya puro ups. Kaya dun ko rin natutuhan na kapag natalo ka or kapag nadapa ka, tatayo ka ulit,
Would you
Yes.
say na
Laban lang.
parang your discipline is, kasi when you were telling that story, syempre when you were younger, parang external nanggagaling yung motivation mo to be disciplined. But now it seems, ewan ko, like you can correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like it's internal na siya, internal na yung discipline mo. What would you say was the turning point for you na you went from, kasi my parents told me I have to do this, to now, you're initiating everything. Like, you're building businesses, you're building teams. Ikaw na mismo yung nagde-decide ng mga yon. What was the turning point for you?
I think yung first experience ko na kailangang magmula na sa akin yung motivation is nung nagsimula ako ng YouTube channel. Kasi wala ako lang, as a YouTuber, ikaw lahat, wala naman akong editor, wala naman gumagawa ng thumbnails ko or everything. I had to learn everything by myself at a young age kasi if there's something that you guys madams should know about me, go-getter talaga ako. As in, wala akong takot or wala akong pake.
Walang pake.
As in, yeah, I'm willing to embarrass myself at the beginning kasi if that's what it would take for me to just go do it, And yung motivation na yon to build your personal brand, that's a lot. That's a lot of effort. That's a lot of internal motivation, to be honest. And then nung pumasok na yung Hiraya Pilipina, grabe, kailangan matapang ka, kailangan puno ka ng motivation kasi sa'yo kumukuha ng motivation yung team mo, and may nakasalalay sa'yo na customers, na business. Kaya, parang external pa rin pala yun. Pero, it's...
Pero hindi na parents mo ngayon.
It's a different push, kung baga. It's a different push.
Tsaka mahal ko yung ginagawa ko. Yun, siguro.
Yun talaga.
It's a very great factor talaga na parang external motivation siya, pero kasi minsan wala kang choice na parang sige, we need to do this. Hindi na siya want na lang eh. Kasi maraming ang nakaasa sa'yo. And I also like it when you said na you're willing to embarrass yourself just to do things. I like it kasi I wish people would, if there's any takeaway or matututunan siguro sila, this is what I really want to highlight, kung baga, na parang it's okay to suck at first on your first business, on your first YouTube, on your first podcast. Nakakahiya, pero go lang. Ganun.
I love that. Thank you so much for sharing that, Cleo. And also, yun nga madam parehas talaga tayo ng takeaways. Kasi yun yung point na lagi kong I want people to understand na, you're gonna suck. You have to accept it, you know? It's not always going to be perfect. You're not gonna be number one. You're not gonna be a winner. And that's okay. Like, the point of living is not just to win. The point of living is showing up, enjoying, trying, exploring. It's a lot of things. Hindi kailangan na when you show up, alam mo na lahat. Like, you need to allow yourself to learn. And if it means embarrassing yourself, go ahead. Yan.
Tsaka I think you should also be cultivating the skill of just laughing at yourself kapag nagkamali ka na parang, ay, ang awkward ko pala. Ay, ang tsaka pala nung first video ko, but how do I improve it moving forward? That's the key.
Yes.
Cabs
And
to the
also, sucking at first doesn't mean na in the long run is magiging successful ka na agad or like magiging successful. Kasi sa totoo lang, like, you know, I also tried volleyball. Kasi matangkad daw ako. So, sabi ko, sige, mag-volleyball ka, ganyan. And talagang, I suck it all up. Like, for 3 years, nagtitraining ako, nagta-try out ako sa volleyball team. And I remember, sobrang outsider talaga ako. Tagapulot lang ako ng bola. Tapos nagta-try out pa rin ako, nagtitraining pa rin ako for 3 years. And even if it wasn't a success, kasi hindi naman ako a professional athlete ngayon, it was a really good experience. And I wouldn't trade it. I wouldn't trade that experience for anything.
That's so nice. It's not sayang. It's not sayang to try and fail because at the end of the day, you learn something. And I'm sure kahit papano naman meron ka nakuha dun sa experiences na yun, di ba? Ito naman, Cleo, siguro on the more practical side, do you have any tips for students? Kasi usually, yung mga madam namin, medyo may mga ka-age kami, pero madami sa mga madam. Mga ka-age mo actually. So, do you have any tips for students who are struggling with discipline and balance?
Plan ahead of time to plan every week. Yun yung ginagawa ko. But, again, medyo surface level kasi na. Alam mo, share ko lang yung recent learning ko about 5 whys. Magagamit din kasi siya sa business. Yes, na parang kapag tinatanong mo na paulit-ulit yung tanong, mas lumalalim kaysa yung surface level lang. Right? So, bakit nga ba ako nagpa-plan weekly, nagpa-plan ahead of time? And I guess yung pinaka much deeper level on how I am able to be disciplined and to balance the things that I do is it all starts with your mindset talaga. Like, you have to be willing to put in the effort to achieve sustainability. And I'm saying sustainability instead of consistency. Kasi yung consistency, I think more on short term siya. Like, I can be consistent every week uploading YouTube videos but then become burnt out after 6 months. And in sustainability, it can be slower, but you will be able to do that thing for a much longer time. And so having that mindset shift na I want this to be sustainable instead of only being consistent, that's a huge turning point for me. And I think that's also one of the major foundations of my discipline na pwedeng mas mabagal pero mas matagal natin magagawa.
I love that.
Ang ganda nun. Wala akong masabi, Cleo.
Mic drop na ito.
Mic drop talaga. Iganon mo na yung mic.
Oo na, tapos na to. Okay na. Pero ang galing.
Ang
I super love that. Tama nga naman na mas magiging consistent ka if may mga underlying sustainability within your life. Kasi it's really a perfect balance talaga na parang hindi ka naman pwedeng work, or hindi ka naman pwede manifest pero hindi nag-work. Hindi ka rin pwedeng asa lang ng asa nang hindi nag-work. So, you just have to make everything work around your time, your energy.
And ang ganda, madam, na she had this mindset shift at 18 or maybe even 17. Kasi it's good, especially for our younger audience, and actually all our audience, our madamhood. For
Yes.
those of you who are thinking na, oh, I need to do this now kasi wala na time, you also need to give yourself grace na this is for the long term. So, mas mabuti na you do it slowly now, you give yourself grace now, para kayanin mo ng tuloy-tuloy-tuloy. Hindi ka mauubusan ng, parang, just think abundantly, like you have the time, the energy, make that last.
Ay, nako. Thank you. That's a super great tip, Cleo. One last question before we go. As Cleo Loque, where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Grabe yung tanong na to. Kasi even if I'm a planner, I do not have a 10-year plan for my life. Like hanggang monthly lang ako mag-isip. Kaya nung tinanong to, oh my gosh, okay, napa-reflect ako. Pero siguro one of the things that I can see myself 10 years from now is that I have my own space. Yun talaga yung isa sa mga bagay na I'm working on, to have my own space and to be economically independent. I think there's so much liberty in that, especially as a woman. If I'm being honest, I hope that I'm still doing the things that I'm doing right now. Kasi feeling ko nahanap ko na siya yung business and content creation. I think I want to do it even as I grow older. So I hope I'm still doing that. But if not, then I trust my process. And more on the, character side, I hope I am, braver by that time, braver, stronger, wiser, but still empathetic.
Oh, that's such a good lesson.
Yeah.
Madam, when we do these exercises, when we think about, our manifestation, remember how we're always like, how our business is gonna be like. We always say how we're gonna have this, gonna have that, it's always parang a very physical and actual thing. But then, the way Cleo answered na, her character, she's gonna be braver, she's gonna have, parang napaisip ako, parang, oo nga, no? Like,
Oo nga.
yeah. I also, you know what, Cleo, I'm turning 28 this year, which means, oh my God, I'm 10 years. I'm your 10-year-old, ako yung 10 years from now. Because I'm almost 10 years older than you. I feel like you can do all of that and so much more. Just like,
I know.
I am the ghost from futures past. I am Cleo from the future. There is so much more.
Yeah.
Ang daming in store for you.
Yeah. I know. For sure. Kasi ako, ang galing nga na you realized it at a very, very, very young age. Kasi for me, siguro na-realize ko lang to mga 25, 26 na ako. Yung mga ganitong mindsets na kaya ko pala, na you need to be brave pala, na okay lang palang mapahiya, ganon. So, this is just a very encouraging episode actually, especially to everyone watching right now, na you can never be too young and you can never be too old to change your mindsets. You can never be too young or too old to start your dreams, to dream big and to build your character.
I love that.
Ang saya.
Yeah.
I love it
Ako,
so
ang
much.
takeaway ko siguro from this is, you need to, ang dami kong actually takeaway, Cleo.
Ako din
grabe.
eh.
Napaisip talaga ako this episode.
Kaso baka mga 2 hours na ako.
Oo, dami ko talagang naisip. Pero, I think, for me, gusto ko yung concept about like sustainability versus consistency, because consistency is something that I've been trying to achieve, and nape-pressure ako sa sarili ko nape-pressure ako kasi gusto ko yung Ayin Pero Tagalog ko 1 video a day, gusto ko yung Ayin Bernos ko 1 video a day, Camp Confidence 1 podcast a week, tapos meron pa akong daily post sa, alam mo yun, like parang girl, hindi siya sustainable, like my mental health is suffering because of it. So I guess it was such a good reminder na if you are planning for yourself, for the long run, for your business, for your personal brand, your plans, kung ano mang iniisip mo, you gotta think about it holistically, sustainably, na kakayanin mo ba to? Physically, mentally, emotionally. Like, at the end of all of this, kung ma-achieve mo yung mga goals mo, will you be okay? And if the answer is yes, you will be okay, then you're doing good. If not, then re-strategize, girl.
Yes, re-strategize. Yes.
Ikaw,
Hi.
madam, your takeaway.
My takeaways. Ang dami ko na yatang nasabi, pero, ayan. Yun pa rin yung favorite takeaway ko na it's okay to be embarrassed with doing something for the first time. Kasi, yun yung madalas overlooked ng mga tao na kino-compare natin yung sarili natin sa mga taong ginagawa na to for 10 years, for 20 years. Tapos, it will be unfair for ourselves. Kasi for example, we are looking at a very successful YouTuber or a very successful TikToker. Pero hindi natin alam na before sila naging successful, marami silang pinagdaanan. Maraming times na nahiya sila i-post yung video na yun, but they posted it anyway. Marami ding mga successful entrepreneurs, for example, na tinitignan natin, ina-idolize natin, pero when they were starting out, hindi nila alam paano gumawa ng business plan. Naging awkward din sila. Pinractice nila ng sobrang daming beses yung business pitch nila before they acquired investors or they got a loan from friends or family. Maraming beses na denout nila yung sarili nila. Kung kaya ko ba talaga to? Am I really made to be a businesswoman? Or am I really made to be a content creator kahit binabash nila ako? But along those lines, may we always be reminded na everything will suck at first, but all we need is confidence, try, and as we try and try, ma-realize din natin, para sa atin pala talaga to. Or maybe, in a different direction, kahit tinry natin ang itry, we may also accept na, baka hindi to para sa akin.
Ayun.
Your takeaways, mga madam. Salamat sa pakikinig.
Salamat sa pagdalo, Cleo.
Salamat.
Oh my gosh.
Ang dami kong I might need to revise my manifesto for...
Ako din napaisip ako Napaisip talaga ako. So anyway, Cleo, we know you have class after this. So before we end this, we'd love for you to invite our madamhood to find you. Where can they find you?
Thank you. Hi, mga madam. So you can find me on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok at Your Sunshine Cleo. And you can also follow my businesses at Hiraya Pilipina and at Hiraya Studios. And you can also listen to the podcast Kwentuang Pilipina. Thank you so much, mga madam.
Thank you so much,
Thank you
Cleo.
so
And thank you
much.
everyone for listening.
We love you forevs, madams.